Distinguished colleagues, fellow Victorianos, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. The title of the privilege speech that I will deliver today is Stand for the Trees, Preventing Herbicide Abuse and Upholding Environmental Laws. I rise today on a matter of urgent public concern, the silent but destructive practice of using potent herbicides to kill grown trees, a method that seeks to circumvent our national and local laws on tree cutting. In recent weeks, I have been greatly disturbed by what I see on social media, especially on Facebook, where advertisements boldly promote certain herbicide products as capable as killing unwanted trees, even large, mature ones, in just a few days. These promotions proudly claim that a few drops can wipe out big trees, and they spread like wildfire across community pages and online marketplaces. This illicit tree killer herbicide is typically a fine white powder composed of highly concentrated, unregistered systemic chemicals that penetrate a tree's vascular system to disrupt growth and ultimately kill the entire plant while posing serious toxic and environmental hazards. Let me be clear, this is illegal. This is against our national environmental laws, and it destroys our environment. Herbicides are meant to legitimate agricultural weed control, not for poisoning trees to avoid the proper permitting process. To deliberately apply these chemicals on a tree is to commit an act tantamount to illegal cutting only without the sound of the chainsaw. If left unchecked, this practice will contribute to serious environmental degradation, loss of shade and clean air, worsening heat, greater flooding, and the destruction of the biodiversity that depends on our trees. We cannot and must not allow this to become an accepted shortcut. In 2024, a total of 3 hectares, more or less, of our forests in Barangay Gawahon was recorded to have been destroyed by forest fire, thereby further reducing the forest reserve area of the city of Victorias and underscoring the urgent need to protect and conserve the city's remaining trees and forest lands. My dear colleagues, as former chairman of the Committee on Environment and Natural Resources, I have proudly stood up for many measures to protect our rivers, mangroves, and urban greenery. Environmental stewardship has never been a mere advocacy for me. It is a duty. And I know you share the same sentiment as I do today. I again I again seek your support and partnership. I am proposing an ordinance entitled an ordinance imposing regulations and penalties against the deliberate application of herbicides on any tree or trees for the purpose of destroying the same in circumvention of existing tree cutting laws and directing the conduct of an information and education campaign thereon, or also to be known as an anti-tree destruction herbicide ordinance of Victoria City. This measure will prohibit and penalize the intentional application of herbicides on grown trees with the purpose of killing or severely injuring them, while mandating a citywide information campaign to warn our citizens about the dangers of this practice and to remind everyone of the importance of tree conservation. I also intend to sponsor 2 resolutions, namely, a resolution earnestly requesting the Department of Environment and Natural Resources to intervene and take appropriate action against the irresponsible selling and advertisement, particularly through social media, of herbicides being promoted for the purpose of killing trees, which constitutes a circumvention of Philippine laws prohibiting the illegal cutting or destruction of trees. And another resolution, a resolution requesting the Philippine Fertilizer and Pesticide Authority to take urgent and necessary action against the illegal advertisement and online sale of a white powdery herbicide being promoted as a tree-killing pesticide which circumvents the prescribed rules on cutting trees and poses grave risks to the environment and public health. But beyond these measures, my dear colleagues, allow me to offer this personal plea, a prayer that I hope will resonate with all who love our city. Number one, I urge our fellow Victoriasanons to never resort to this method, for it will surely contribute to environmental degradation we can never easily undo. Second, I appeal to our City Mayor, the Honorable Abelardo D. Bantug III, through the Victoria City Environment and Natural Resources Office to hold sustained campaigns and community measures that will strengthen our collective resolve to protect our trees. And finally, I request our business establishments that sell herbicide products to take the moral lead by reminding every customer verbally and through clear notices that these chemicals are not intended for use on trees, but to stress that penalties await those who misuse them. These are not mandates in the proposed ordinance, but a heartfelt call for shared responsibility. My dear colleagues, we have always prided ourselves on being a city that values greenery. Our trees provide shade, clean our air, reduce flooding, and shelter countless species of birds and insects. They are our partners in combating climate change. Let us send a clear and unified message. In Victorias, we grow trees. We do not poison them. I call upon each of you to support this proposed ordinance and to stand with me in safeguarding the lungs of our city. Let us act now before our trees fall silently, not to the sound of a chainsaw, but to the invisible death of chemicals. Together, let us ensure that Victorias remains a city where our children and grandchildren will still walk beneath the generous shade of living trees. Thank you, and may we all continue to be faithful guardians of creation. Madamo gid nga salamat kag maayong adlaw sa inyo tanan.
Thank you very much, Robert Aton. Will you allow the members of this office to